Okay, so this is the garden, and I'm going to show you my green salad that I've been eating at lunchtime and what it's comprised of. And you can see, despite the wind and the rain, I got a few things going on here. So, you know, the tomatoes and the zucchinis are still just coming in. We're in the Pacific Northwest. But these cauliflower leaves are edible. I never knew this until I realized I was growing such a huge amount of them. I don't even know if the little things that grow in the middle are going to come, because the Pacific Northwest is funny. But you can snip off a few cauliflower leaves, and then I can get some of this beautiful lettuce. Oh, that wasn't as elegant as it could be. Okay, some of this beautiful lettuce. The lettuce has gotten a little thin here as I chopped at it. It does tend to grow back, but it's important not to take more than you need, because... Alright, and then we have this beautiful red Russian kale. Yes, you don't need a whole heck of a lot. Okay, red Russian kale. Yes, and then of course I like to get a little bit of bay leaf. Yeah, okay, a little bit of bay leaf. And then we can take a few snips. I've got to thin these beet tops anyway, but let's just take a few snips of beet tops. So I'm just preparing a salad for one. Man, nobody's gonna know if I just take a few. Yeah, okay. Alright. So, there are probably a few different types of greens that are edible. I read where pea leaves, green bean leaves, can be eaten. Excuse me. I haven't tried that yet. But, yeah, this is the chard. This is the chard. Look at the chard. Young, fresh chard is so delicious. And, you know, you can snip it like this, and it's not going to grow back, but it doesn't necessarily hurt the growth of the bush at all, at least as far as I can tell. So anyway, so now we've got the young fresh chard, we've got the lettuce, we've got the cauliflower leaves, and then this was a find at the local health food fair. This is shiso. Shiso is often served when people go for sushi. Just want to clip that, yeah. And I'm just going to eat a couple. Might just eat one. Yeah. Anyway, shiso stimulates the immune system, which is the reason why it's served. And then, you know, I'll take a little rosemary. Yes, a little rosemary. Lots of rosemary growing here. This is a dill bush that's come up. Took a little dill yesterday. I don't think I'll take any more dill today. And that's about as far as I know of edible leaves. Some of the green beans, these are going to be purple blush beans. They're going to be a plant, but I don't know if I can eat those leaves yet. Plus they need them, I think. And you know, this is actually Spirea japonica, supposedly you can eat this, and it has a lot of flavonoids and immune quality. I am getting here. Don't you just love? Just love. Look at the blossoms on the elderberry. Anyway, in here we're getting, yes, lots of blossoms on my zucchini, so we're going to have zucchini soon. And I've got quite a few tomato blossoms. The apples are doing well. Just a few raspberry canes over here. We will have some cherries, although a lot of them have blown off in the wind. We will have some cherries. Okay, so I'm going to give you a quick example of how I make this salad. I've got the chard. I'm going to cut off the stems. I've got a little bit of spices here. I'm going to cut those up and mix them in the olive oil and vinaigrette. I've got my various leaves, what we have here is a great mixture for a lunchtime salad. And you know, in general, most of these bushes are going to survive what I've taken from them. I've done this a few different times, and if they don't, I'll just plant some more. But anyway, let me stop here. I'll clean these up and get them to the chopping stage. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is suppose I'll use this little paring knife. What I'm going to do now is cut the stems off the chard, which I'll discard, and off the stems off the red Russian kale, and the stems off the few beet tops that surrendered themselves to my scissors. And yeah, we're in good shape here, so let's cut out the red Russian beets and the chard. Young chard like this is very easily edible. I don't think you should include any of the tough stems, but I seem to have no problem with this. Putting the vinaigrette with raspberry, with balsamic vinegar and olive oil on it, really kind of softens up the taste. So here we go with the cauliflower greens and the beet greens, and then we'll chop up the lettuce. I think they say that with the shiso, you should not necessarily eat too much of it, but I'm not quite clear on that. Let me wash these a little more. Shiso apparently has significant immune benefits. This is just the green leaf lettuce, which has been surprisingly productive this year. We've had a lot of rain here in the Pacific Northwest, my corner of it. That's the shiso. I'm not doing anything special with it. I'm just cutting it up into small pieces. It's got kind of a strong taste, but actually mixed into the salad, it's delicious. Alright, so yes, there we go. That's the shiso. And I'm going to pause it here while I cut the strawberries and get the spices ready. Okay, I'm going to throw these strawberries on top, but first what I'm going to do here is pick off some of the rosemary, and I'm going to chop it up just a little with the bay leaf, and you can do this with whatever spices you like. I've got some dill growing out there, and you know, you can mince some garlic, you know, just something. here. Don't hit the finger, Ryan. No, mince the finger. All right, so this is the little mixture I'm just going to put in my green salad vinaigrette, which is going to be made of 1 part Pompeian olive oil and a good jalop or 2 of balsamic vinegar, which I love. I love balsamic vinegar. And let's see, I think not much left of this very fancy olive oil that I got at the farmer's market. I'm all out of that. I enjoyed that. I really enjoyed this extra virgin, but $22 for 500 milliliters is a little much. Anyway, so then from there I just kind of emulsify this. So we have the chopped nuts here. Just going to chop them all, not too many. But I do enjoy the protein. Yes, yes. Chopped, unsalted mixed nuts is what I'm using. And I'm just going to toss them into the salad. And then we're going to put the salad here. We're going to throw in the strawberries. Emulsify this little vinaigrette mixture I've got just a little more. Pour this over. And boom. Ladies and gentlemen. Fresh and raw from the garden. Everything but the strawberries, which I got at the farmer market, and the nuts, which I bought at Costco. Anyway,